And welcome back to the NCAA Men's Basketball Championship Selection Show. Let's get right back to the reveal of the tournament brackets from the NCAA and its corporate champion, AT&T. Our attention now is on the upper right quadrant, where Houston is the second overall #1 seed, and they head to the South Region destination, Dallas.
And do not worry, they will be inspired by that blowout loss to Iowa State. Kelvin Sampson will have them primed, ready to go.
Blowout losses only count for one loss, too.
Exactly.
They don't do aggregates.
I think their fans will make the trip to Dallas, by the way.
Yes, first they have to get through 2 games in Memphis, starting against the Longwood Lancers, Big South champions, coached by Griff Aldrich. The 8-9 game in Memphis on Friday features Nebraska. Their first NCAA tournament since 2014, still looking for their first all-time win, and these guys can shoot the three.
They can score the basketball. They run a beautiful offense, and they've got a number of guys that can make shots.
They say Tamanaga, one of them, and they will be matched up with the 9 seed here, Texas A&M, with some big wins down the stretch, Seth.
Texas A&M supposedly a bubble team.
Yeah,
so
comfortably in there, right,
is a
Seth?
healthy team.
Yeah.
I'm not real surprised. They were one of those teams, a lot of really good wins, a lot of bad losses, but their late season win over Kentucky in the SEC tournament clearly put them in.
Yeah, 2 wins over Kentucky this year, as well as 1 over Tennessee. All right, now to Friday in Brooklyn on Friday and Sunday, where we find Wisconsin, who just fell in the Big Ten championship game, but this is the highest scoring Wisconsin team since 1994. They just beat Purdue.
Yeah, they did, and they have actually played exceptionally well. They had a great start to the season, hit a little bit of a lull, and now they're trending in the right direction, but they got an interesting matchup coming up, partner.
Let's see who it is. The 12 seed, James Madison, 31-3. First time since 2013.
One of 4 teams with at least 30 wins in the field, and this team has a dynamic duo in Terrence Edwards Jr. and T.J. Bickerstaff. Excellent defensive team. That will be a heck of a matchup and a tough one for the Badgers.
I spy a 12-5 upset coming here. I'm taking the Dukes in this one, everybody.
They do enter the tournament on a nation's best 13-game winning streak. And from the Dukes, the 4 seed, we go to the Duke right here, the Blue Devils. The national champ as a player, John Shire, now in his 2nd year as head coach after replacing Coach K. They are coming to Brooklyn, where they will face the 13 seed Vermont Catamounts, the 13 seed America East champs, coached by John Becker. So now we go to the bottom half here of the South Region, and games in Pittsburgh on Thursday and Saturday. The 6th seed is Texas Tech. Grant McCaslin making his first NCAA tournament appearance as Texas Tech head coach. They are matched up with NC State, and what a run they went on. 5 wins in 5 days, including over their 2 in-state rivals to win the ACC championship.
Emotionally, how much can NC State have left? Winning a conference championship like that is so big to you.
Yeah.
They got to regroup. They need 2-3 days off.
Well, they do.
Well, they'll probably have to practice one of those days.
No practice.
Yeah, right.
Day off to a player means no practice.
Yeah, that's right.
Still celebrating their first conference tournament title since 1987. And how about the 3 seed here? Kentucky. They didn't play at full strength until the beginning of March, Clark.
Yeah, that's right, and they are a dangerous team. As a matter of fact, I actually spy a chance to move them to my Final Four without even seeing the rest of the bracket.
Oh, all right.
Well, let's see who they're facing, and it's Oakland. And how about Greg Campy in his 40th season there, a 3-14 matchup in Pittsburgh. Okay, now we go to the 7-10 matchups in Indianapolis on Friday. The 7 seed, the Gators, who lead the nation in rebounding. They did lose key big man Micah Hanlogton earlier today to a leg fracture. We wish him a speedy recovery. And then here's where it gets interesting. Boise State and Colorado will meet in Dayton on the 10 line.
So Colorado bubble team played their way in with that win over Washington State. I am very surprised to see Boise State in the first 4. That means they were one of the last 4 in, even though they had a healthy number of quad 1 wins, 6 and 5 in quad 1, 27 in the net, and you're one of the last 4 in. Very interesting.
And you wondered if Colorado's lost to Oregon in the Pac-12 championship.
And you wonder if the squeezing of the bubble created that.
All right, let's see the 2 seed in Indianapolis on Friday, and it is Marquette. Coach Shaka Smart and company awaiting the return of Tyler Kolek to good health.
Good to see Marquette still keep that 2 seed. They made a good run in the
They did. That's right, Jay. They sure did.
Tyler Kolek. Now they get him back. They deserve a 2 seed.
And who will they face in Indy? The 15 seed Western Kentucky. Steve Lutz stuck the landing in his first season at Western Kentucky to get the Hilltoppers into the tournament for the first time since 2013. So as we slide back up to the top of this region, Clark, is there a team or a matchup that stands out?
Yeah, that first one we talked about, the 12-5. I mean, James Madison, I've watched them a bunch this season. They're really good. Defensively, they can mix it up. Offensively, they got a nice inside-outside combination. One of the highest scoring teams in the country. So this is and Wisconsin is playing excellent basketball. I'm really looking forward to that matchup particularly.
Texas A&M in an 8-9 game with Nebraska is big time. Nebraska needs that first win, and they got stuck with Texas A&M, who is sizzling hot since they put Manny Obaseki in the starting lineup. If we move down now to the rest of the bracket there, I'll tell you one thing. Kentucky is really interesting to me. John Calipari is one of the coaches that has always been known as a defensive coach, has kind of changed and gone offense. There's a couple teams in the tournament like that, Alabama. How far can it take them? I think it could take them to at least Sweet 16 against Marquette, then see what they got defensively at that point.
I just want to go on record. I've got James Madison in the Sweet 16. Again, I'm surprised to see Boise State is at 10. The big question on this side of the bracket is the health of Tyler Kolek.
Yes, no doubt.
But either way, the way that Kentucky plays, it gets up and down the floor. I know Florida's got an injury issue too.
Yeah.
But Kolek, to me, is a big-time X factor in this tournament and certainly in this side of the bracket.
A lot of high-powered offenses who will have to potentially get through a very good defense in the Houston Cougars.